Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video you will know how to paint your cabinet doors and learn from the mistakes that I made. And I will let you know what I will do differently next time. After the nightmare of sanding the cabinet doors, everything was ready for paint. But I didn't have an idea of how to do it. Only had a vague idea of car painting, but the paint is different and also the tools. Speaking of the tools, I borrowed an airless paint sprayer from a friend, but I didn't realize that the tip that it had was too big, and almost wasted a quarter of a gallon on my first spray. I must say that I looked for solutions for everything on YouTube, started watching videos and decided to go on a different route. One of my favorite stores is Harbor Freight. I always find decent tools at a great price. I took a trip to Harbor Freight and purchased the cheapest spray gun that they had. In the beginning was fine, I was spraying primer and it was, let's say, decent. I was able to spray primer fairly easy, but it was taking forever. I spent an entire day only priming a few doors and did a couple of coats. I started using a painter's pyramids to raise the door from the floor and I was moving around to paint the entire thing. I realized very fast that I need to improve that. Went to Walmart this time and purchased a cake decoration turntable. Yeah, don't worry, it will take hundreds of trips to the Home Depots, Lowe's, Walmarts and some other stores. And also will put a few dozens of Amazon orders. Put the turntable of one of those folding tables and that saved my life. Now the doors are moving, not me. I was standing on my feet. To me, it's terrible to work on the floor. Every time that I can, I will try to work on a table or a workbench. The turntable was used only for the small doors, but it was a great improvement. I have to say that I was very happy with the results of the process with the primer. It was slow but very beautiful. I did a light sanding between coats with a 400 grit wet sandpaper and 3 coats of primer. For the bathroom door, I was struggling with the primer because the spray gun started to fail. It was spraying very little amount of paint and decided to do it with a paint roller. That worked very well for the flat doors of the bathroom closet. I spent about 2 days priming the cabinets and the bathroom doors because it was taking so much time with the spray gun, but also used very little primer. Even though the primer was cheap and it was very easy to apply, I would not recommend it because it scratched easily. After doing some research, I found a very good one and I am putting the link in the description down below. Okay, stop here. If you do this in an enclosed room and have something that it needs to be covered, make sure that it's completely sealed, because if there is a small hole or a tiny part that is not covered properly, it will end up covered with paint, 100% of cases. No matter what, the overspray goes everywhere. And the other piece of advice is that you must have ventilation in the room. If you don't ventilate the room properly, the overspray at some point it will make it almost impossible to see. It will be a cloud in that room. Well, after all of that, I start spraying paint. I will put links for the cabinet paint down below in the description. The paint was amazing, that one I do recommend it. It was looking very good after one coat of paint. The spray gun was working very well, slow but doing a great job. I was really happy with the results, until the inevitable happened. When I started spraying the bedroom walls, it decided to stop working. But that's a story for another video when I will tell you how I painted the walls. I think the spray gun wasn't bad, but in the future, I will use an airless paint sprayer. It is 100 times faster and it's made for that type of paint. At least the spray gun that I used is not very good for the cabinet paint. If you have some experience painting cabinet doors with spray guns, what recommendation you can give me? Or let me know how do you prefer to paint your cabinet doors. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.